During my first video about the Return to Freddy's, I didn't know how to properly format the kind of video I wanted to do.
The first game sucks. And I would totally just skip over the first game, but there's a really weird history behind the first game.
So I thought I'd remake my review on this game. Yeah, what a mistake that was in hindsight, huh? Before I shred the Return to Freddy's, I thought I'd give you a fun history lesson behind this game. The reason this game in question is so infamous and why the series is even talked about even now is because of what it used to be. Before the name The Return to Freddy's, the title was Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Obviously capitalizing on the announcement of that game. Scott Cawthon, not being a fan of this, forced the name to be changed. So it was named to The Return to Freddy's. Now you're caught up on the game's history, let's actually talk about the game. It's a rule of thumb I have for these videos is no matter what, be nice to the game. Even if it's terrible, call out the good parts first and then discuss the garbage. Because behind the vast majority of these fan games is someone wanting to give a love letter to the fans of FNAF, to show how much they enjoy this series and convey that through art others can enjoy too. The issue with this game is it's all bad. There is seriously no redeeming quality to the Return to Freddy's. Opening this game, we get this goofy intro of Golden Freddy jump scaring us in the FNAF 2 location. And the menu screen that's ripped straight from FNAF 2. Entering night 1, it's literally just the original FNAF office. The only difference here is the doors. You're unable to use the doors because they're broken or carved into using MS Paint. Because of this, the animatronics are able to get into our office. Maybe it's because our doors are only a millimeter thick, but they are still down. I don't know how that equates to them being able to, actually attack us. But because of this, we're given the Freddy mask from FNAF 2 to stop them from killing us. However, this game revived the scrap toxic meter mechanic from that game, meaning if we leave the mask on for too long, we die. The first night has the puppet attacking us, and there is no music box to wind, so we just repel her with the mask. But it's not as simple as you think. The phone guy says this.
Don't put the mask on instantly when you first show up or at work.
Since BFP obviously stripped the files from FNAF 2 and gave it a FNAF 1 paint job, you'd think you could get the mask right too, but no. In order to repel animatronics, you have to wait, then put the mask on. But you can't throw on the mask too late either. So it's about a 20-80 shot of you dying. Also, I'm going to rip this band-aid off right now. There's zero AI in this game. Every attack is predetermined, so during the nights you just sit and wait. Every night and every encounter is the same. You just flip on your mask if something's in your office and you wait. Majority of the gameplay is just pure boredom. Night 5 is the only exciting night with such great cameos as Golden Freddy, BFP's inner demons personified Cool Balloon Boy, a random hallucination, Shadow Doug, and how could I forget, another random hallucination. By night 6 at the end of the night, the puppet will just instantly kill you, so that's the end of this game. Awesome! In conclusion, don't play this game if you want to play the Return to Freddy's. It's really boring and a waste of time. Instead, I think you should start with playing
Despite how awful Return to Freddy's was, I remember there being an odd amount of hype for the second game, and I think this made Tyler Ahlstrom? I tried saying his name. I think it made Tyler realize he couldn't shit out another game in a week. He actually needed to try. So I'll give the Return to Freddy's 2 some credit here. There isn't a single stolen asset in this game, I think. However, that doesn't stop the game from being pretty close to perfect, actually. I don't want to bother, man. It's not perfect, by the way. I'm just letting you know. In terms of gameplay, there's something there, though. And don't get me wrong. This game, visually and mechanically, is pretty damn rough. But I love the challenge it gives. It gets ridiculously hard and out of hand out of nowhere. But before I say how, I need to introduce you to these characters. In this game, there's a large handful of animatronics to deal with. Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica are repelled by the masks you're given. Foxy repelled by flashing him with the light. Kitty Fazcat, a new character, and Sugar, which was added back, are stopped by the mask. But now they'll climb into the vent, and afterwards they'll randomly attack again. And then they'll leave. The puppet, you just wind the music box. And there's Doug. Doug is a piece of shit. he'll randomly appear and scream. That's all he does, is sit there and scream. The only way to stop his screaming is through a tab on Camo 1. It's an extremely strange mechanic that's extremely annoying, but I secretly love Doug, don't tell me. There's also a second thing you need to wind in the cameras other than the music box. Makes you stay in the cameras for the duration of the game. Which, I mean, I love camera utilization, but 2 music boxes is really boring, and I'm not the biggest fan. So, now that we know all the mechanics, how well do they add up in the night? Eyes 1 and 2 are ridiculously easy. Like, there's no point in playing other than the mechanics that you slowly learn throughout the nights and laughing at Phone Guy's horrific line delivery.
A child just went missing today. The CEO literally had to shout out at the top of his lungs and explain to the press that it wasn't our doing. Now, we're all over the news. This is really sad news, really.
I'm guessing Tyler realized this and made Night 5 balls to the wall insanely difficult. You have to be on your A game, then your A+ game, because there's no room for error here. The wiki says there's a glitch that causes flashing the light at an animatronic to murder you instantly. You know, the only way to tell if there's a threat coming to kill you, kills you. Now, I've spent around 2 hours trying to beat this damn night, and I'm convinced it's impossible. There's not even any YouTube videos or anything I can find on people beating this stupid night. So here's one of my attempts at trying to beat Night 5. My friend's also in the call because I got really bored. Oh, shit. Is he already here? Go away, go away.
Foxy. He's like, I am Foxy.
Oh, he moved really fast. There's something really funny about the Night 5.
What's so funny?
So when someone attacks you, you get to do that once. If you do any longer, then you die instantly.
Oh, dude. That's so...
See?
Hi.
Hi. No, why are you there? Because now I can't see if Foxy leaves or not. Because you have to Fox. You have to flash Foxy. But you can't flash the other guys because they'll kill you instantly. So, it's annoying. Because if you don't immediately flash Foxy, then he kills you instantly. I feel like everyone's out already. Freddy hasn't moved yet. But he makes a... You know, if we reach 4 AM, it's gonna be the longest I've ever lasted. Just saying, that's pretty good, right? Who keeps running and just not going anywhere? Wait, is that Doug? No. Hey, Bonnie.
I think we would know if it was Doug.
It's 4 AM! Oh my god, new record! New record, Jace. Yay! Grin. It's like that dog gif. Oh, here comes the weird noises that randomly go throughout this night. Ready? Is that scary? Someone running into their microphone?
Oh, that's like a little teaser. Like,
Holy
like,
shit, 5 AM.
Like, it's like your first time playing it, and like, what the fuck is that?
It's so scary. Foxy keeps just like coming and then running away.
He's like, hey, bye. Hey, man.
Holy shit!
Dude, he did it.
I actually did it! The broken night! And just like that, I beat the Return to Freddy's 2. After audio failures, getting footage for the game, and hours upon hours of attempts at Night 5, I can finally say it was all worth it. And when I returned to the main menu, I was greeted with a shiny golden shit. Night 6 is the ultimate challenge I don't encourage anyone to try. I genuinely thought Night 5 was impossible, but there's no way in hell Night 6 is even close to beatable. Characters move unbelievably fast, the flashlight glitch doesn't even let you get away with a millisecond of light, and fucking Doug won't shut the fuck up.
Hi, Doug. Doug, please. No, Doug, please. Please, Doug. Doug, don't do it.
It's pure insanity. I don't think I even got past 1 a.m.
What? What? No, Doug.
Doug,
What? They both attacked me at the same time. What am I supposed to do?
Obviously, I didn't get past this night. And I don't think I will even attempt or try anymore in trying to get past it. It's the biggest, buggiest mess I've ever seen, and it's beautiful.
The Return to Freddy's 3 came out very shortly after the release of the second game, with only about a month of development time, meaning it took Tyler Ahlstrom 4 times more development time to work on the second game than did the third. And as much as I'd like to praise the game, there's a lot I feel could have been improved upon if there was more care put into it. Before we hop into the Return to Freddy's 3, I think it'd be fun to share a teaser game called The Return to Freddy's Secret Revealer, where you input a number code revealing random images of the new upcoming title. Kinda neat. Starting to Return to Freddy's 3, you get a dedication screen, which totally aged well, and then boom! The menu screen. And staring right back at us, Mr. Hamburger Head himself, Lockjaw. This being his first introduction to the series. Technically, he was shown in the Return to Freddy's 2 as a hallucination, making that his first appearance in the game, but this game makes him more fierce, so official. I'm not sure if this still holds true, but for a while I remember Lockjaw transcending the game almost. He became an incredibly popular character for FNAF fan games at the time, which makes me kind of sad he hasn't seen an official appearance from Tyler in the past 8 years, and probably won't be seeing one in the near future because all traces of Tyler's socials are gone. Except, looking at what Tyler does now, I found he owns a game studio and is making a game that suspiciously shares the same abbreviation as The Return to Freddy's, which also has an incredibly unsettling trailer to go along with it. I'll link it in the description if you want to check it out. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get into the nut. Immediately getting into the game, there is a glaring issue. This office gets my official worst office I've ever seen stamp of approval, because holy shit, what is going on? Oh, that's disorienting. What the hell? Why is the office like this? Oh my god, that makes me want to throw up. Who are you? This office had me so confused while playing. So is there just a wall here? Why can't I just look all the way around? Why do I have to look the entire other way? Like, I don't know what I'm doing or how this works. Like, this office is so confusing. It's a circle, but like, it's not. For the record, I'm just letting you guys know now, the best way to understand what happens in terms of gameplay is to not question anything. Turning made me pretty nauseous while playing this, but thankfully sitting still looking at this hallway right here is all you need to do throughout the game, which makes it more of a bizarre design choice to make the office look like this. Much like Night 1 from FNAF, nothing happens here, and the phone guy is also extremely useless at explaining what to do. Speaking of phone guy, there's 2 of them this time, named Wilson and Chun, and they kind of break my immersion. All they talk about is opening up the restaurant you're guarding for the amusement and entertainment of little kids. But there's nothing in this place. No tables, no chairs, there's not even a show stage for the animatronics. So, who are they opening this place up for? Who the hell would get excited to show off a bunch of dingy animatronics in a liminal space? After each night, there's a mini-game similar to FNAF 3, where you play as Shadow Lockjaw waking up the animatronics from the second Return to Freddy's game. Except,
You never wake up, Doug. Rest in peace, my friend. Night 2 walks up and slaps you in the face. Since nothing happened in Night 1, they decided it was a good idea to add a slow difficulty curve by only activating Bonnie, Chica, Freddy, Foxy, Kitty Fazcat, and Lockjaw. The f***, dude. Since everyone but Vigo is active, I might as well do a quick character intermission. Bonnie tries to get through your office at this entrance here. You stop it by closing the doors on the cameras. However, these doors malfunction incredibly fast, making it a very flimsy defense. Freddy, Kitty Fazcat, and Lockjaw all share this mechanic. Except, Lockjaw is a little different, and I'll go into that later. Foxy, Chica, and Vigo appear at the large hallway opposite to the other entrance. To repel them, you need to access your maintenance panel and select Corrupt Signal. Alright, now back to Lockjaw. What the hell is this character? He's supposed to be the Springtrap of this game, if it wasn't obvious enough. And to repel him, you have to shut the doors around the map to stop him from getting into your office. But bro just disappears sometimes. And this is completely by design too, forcing you to utilize a tab in the maintenance panel called View Animatronic, which shows what Lockjaw sees. Cool concept, except there's a couple of issues. For one, this was never explained in the game, so I never used it while playing. Second, how the hell are you supposed to figure out where he's at in the building if there aren't any landmarks available to figure out where he is? Since he's basically untraceable, he'll get into your office one way or another, and the way this is indicated is showing him running past your monitor with a pretty cool effect. Freddy's still just hanging out. Oh! However, you aren't dead yet. In fact, if you never look around the office, he won't kill you. And if you're not looking at the large hallway, you're dead anyway. So, cool character. Speaking of issues with animatronics, Vigo. Sometimes you'll appear in the hallway without actually appearing in the hallway, making him impossible to counter unless you follow him on the cameras, which isn't always guaranteed to work because two animatronics can't be on the same camera at the same time. There he is. Snake dude. And he's gone. Snake. Snake moved. Snake moving. Snake here. Snake on the floor. Snake. Snake gone. No more snake. Snake kill me. But sometimes Vigo shows mercy and won't actually kill you, so thank you, Vigo.
Oh, I forgot about the lights. Okay, Virgo gave me mercy.
And since we're on the topic of buggy messes, for some reason, my YouTube analytics say 99.9% of you aren't subscribed. Which has to be a bug. Right? Right? To help me fix this bug, it'd be a big help if you'd subscribe to the channel. Oh, and also the maintenance panels are a mess. For some reason, after repairing the lights, doors, or repelling an animatronic, there's a random amount of time it takes to finish repairing, which can be really bad if it decides to take 10 seconds repairing a door if an animatronic is still trying to get in. And with how quick the animatronics begin moving in later nights, the waiting will kill you. Luckily, if you're fast enough, you can actually tab out of the maintenance monitor, allowing you to close the doors and repel the animatronics in proper amount of time.
So we're doing this again, huh?
Once reaching night 5 and completing it, which yes is actually possible in this game, Return to Freddy's 2. The mini-game changes from waking up animatronics to persuading a child to accidentally kill himself with your presence. Very cool. Now, I'm not one to judge people putting horrific child death in a video game, but seriously, what is this? Also, it gets worse somehow. But don't worry, this kid's name is BFP, meaning it's a self-insert from Tyre Ulstrom, since that was his username at the time, which makes this even more weird. Once you enter night 6, you get one of the funniest line deliveries from a phone call.
Hey, the legendary animatronic killed 6 children last night. The FBI came over and forced us to shut down, Jesus. Just keep an eye on the animatronics tonight, okay?
Yeah.
The demolition crew will be coming in a few hours. Just make sure you get out by 6 a.m. Anyways, good night.
Why am I here then? If they're destroying the place, why am I guarding it? And other than that, nothing too special happens either. All in all, the gameplay for the Return to Freddy's 3 isn't that hard at all. And if it wasn't for the maintenance panel bug, this game would have been extremely boring. The pacing is just way too slow for me. That is kind of nullified in the 2020 or Fun Time Fright mode, which you get after beating Night 6, but that's only because Vigo is a jerk. Oh yeah, speaking of which, much like in FNAF 3, if you don't do a series of Easter eggs, you get the bad ending of the game. However, Tyler so graciously gave us all the minigames required to get the good ending in the extras menu. Some of these mini-games have multiple ways to complete them, similar to FNAF 3. You'll know if you completed the mini-game right if you see a new plushie on the overly shiny desk I forgot existed. Each mini-game tells some sort of story about the kid that got spring-locked in Lockjaw, but I'm not really sure what it is. There's also this green guy, which as of writing this, I only know his name is Gron because of the wiki, and boy, what a name that is. And although I said all the mini-games were in the extras, there is but one, which you get by flickering the Night 5 tab on the menu till it says, I am him, instead of Night 5. And I clicked on it at the wrong time, resulting in all my progress resetting on the menu.
Oh no!
Great. So I grinded back to 3 stars again, got all the minigames completed, beat Night 6 again. Oh no, don't go in there. Don't go in there, no. Oh. And got the bad ending? What? Quap. And I lost my 3 stars again.
For the love of God, please.
10 out of 10 game.
And it easily earns the badass seal of approval.
The Return to Freddy's 4, the conclusion of the Return to Freddy's franchise, the magnum opus of Tyler Alstrom, the paradigm of Lockjaw, the most anticipated game in the FNAF fan game universe. The Return to Freddy's? No. The Lord of the Rings Return of the Freddy. This game is garbage! Yes! Although inherently this game isn't bad, it just slowly crumbled before my eyes and I was left with the awareness of a melancholic taste of bitterness and rage in my mouth. As much as I'd love to start this video off with the teasers.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. Get your goddamn ugly ass.
And talk about how great this game is. I just really need to get this out of the way first. I did not enjoy my time with the game. But that's not to say I didn't like it at first. So, before I shower this game with brimstone and hate, I need to share what I think is genuinely good at first. Starting off with the menu screen. Starting off with the menu screen. Which also, good God, this dedication screen just keeps getting worse, huh? Dedicated to my love, Kitty Fast Cat. Oh no! The menu music for this game is really good, and although I thought he had this music custom made for the game, it was not. But who cares? Still fits great. Edgy ass lockjaws looking great. Font and color choice is awesome. We're giving this menu a gold star because I think it deserves it. Now we can get into the Jumping into the office, I've finally seen a pattern with these games. Every office is just a big hallway you stare at. I was hoping for some more creativity regarding this, however, this office has a lot of positives, most of them coming from the camera system to the left. It looks weird, it feels weird, and it's great. The camera system acting the way it does is essential to the gameplay. Other than the camera on the left side of the office, you've got a lever, not a button, a lever to charge the power. Crazy stuff right there. Groundbreaking. Right side of the office, there's a steam lever to offend the animatronics by puffing vape smoke in their face till they leave. A vape's done, Sergeant. Breathe air! And then the worst mechanic in this game, the locker. Most of the animatronics you defend against require the locker, and it sucks. Here you are. I'll hold on to why this mechanic is so bad a little later. I want to get the good stuff out of the way first, so just bear with me, alright? Night 1 introduces Lockjaw, Kitty Fazcat, Freddy, Bonnie. We're doing this again, huh? To start, Bonnie, Kitty Fazcat, and the 2 new characters, Sally and Coley, act pretty much the same way. They'll run past, somehow teleport into your office, then leave. But it's not a Return to Freddy's game without a ridiculous character that's a pain in the ass to deal with. First we had Doug, then we had Vigo. Now give it up for Coley and Bonnie. 2 this time. Let's go, dude. This tag team duo of mental insanity will be the main reason you'll die in this game. Hate you. Burn. Not fair! It's not fair! It's not. Sally and Kitty Fazcat have a buffer before killing you, as I mentioned before. What is going on? Why are you still there? Are you gonna kill me, like, as soon as I put this down? Should I take my headphones off preemptively? Alright. Is that just a visual bug, then? But Coley just doesn't do it for some reason. And not only that, they're the quickest character in the game. Tyler could have totally made her some Foxy mechanic-like character, but the hell do I know, right? And I know your immediate thought is just FNAF 2 that shit with the locker, like the mask, right?
Except the locker is just a ridiculously stubborn mechanic. It encourages you to predict and anticipate when an animatronic is about to attack, which isn't too bad on paper, since every animatronic has to be on cam 9 before attacking. But there's always a but. When they leave camo 9, there's a huge chance they won't attack for in-game hours. This especially goes towards Bonnie. I've had times where he'll leave camo 9 at 12, then show up at 2.
There you are. My god, dude.
So if you consider sitting on your ass for 3 minutes doing nothing as fun gameplay, you'd have a blast with this character. So you've got 2 fair characters, 2 unfair characters, and then you've got the fundamental game breakers, Freddy and Lockjaw. These 2 can collapse a night in seconds because of our favorite friend RNG. Shoot, that was Freddy. Jeez, guys! When Lockjaw or Freddy appears, you need to steam them, forcing them at the top of your priority list of things to do. And because of this, the other animatronics will sit in their buffer animation while they attack. But Oli doesn't have a buffer animation, so if she decides to attack, you die instantly. Great game design there, right? Other than the RNG BS you can get from this game, I'd say this game is really solid up until night 5. I'd even say the game is pretty scary up till night 3, which, let's be honest, most FNAF games aren't scary even after the first night. Oh, frick, dude. Fucking frick, dude, frick. The balance between charging the power and the anticipation of waiting for an animatronic to reveal themselves, or worse, show up unexpectedly, was a great rush. There's just an issue that plagues every Return to Freddy's game, and that is terrible balancing. The harder the difficulty, the more these RNG issues arise. And that leads us to the reason this game crumbled before my eyes. Because the first hour, I was genuinely enjoying myself with these mechanics. And just to visualize my issues with the game, I'll show you the timeline on my video editor. Right there is where I started the game. Here's where I beat night 5. And the rest of this is night 6. Now, as you might know by now, I will not fray away from slamming my head against a wall trying to complete a FNAF challenge. So I was going to do everything to get the ending of this game. I really wanted to see how this franchise would end. And can you blame me? I spent 2 months of my life thinking about it. Even if there was no ending cutscene or anything, the extras, the star, it would have been so worth it. I spent 2 hours trying to beat this on my initial playthrough, and another 2 the next day trying to beat this night. I grinded through RNG, different strategies.
Did I miss something? Did my brain just go tunnel vision, or did they not even move?
And of course, hours of attempts to beat this damn night. Skill issue is something you could be screaming at your screen right now, and I would be inclined to agree with you if you weren't so wrong. I got pretty consistent at making it to 4 to 5 a.m., where the only thing killing me was Freddy. No matter how fast or slow I was, I could never counter Freddy.
What?
He would kill me instantly every time at 4 or 5 a.m.
1, 2.
Every time! He just kills you at 5 a.m. So I realized I have just been deceived, spending 4 hours playing an impossible night unless I got some godly RNG with Freddy not attacking for 2 in-game hours. Let me tell you, throwing in the towel after spending a long time at something without anything to show for it is not a good feeling. You know what is a good feeling? Subscribing to my channel. And what might make you feel really good about yourself is yelling at me in the comments about how I'm just bad at the game and it's actually really good. Remember to like before doing that. So, after being bested by Tyler not playtesting his game, I got to the extras menu by cheating. And wow, what a lackluster extras menu. I mean, you got full renders of the animatronics, and that's really it. Then you've got Dragon Dave mode. The fuck is Dragon Dave? And yeah, no, I'm not going to attempt a night even more broken than night 6. Thank you. And with that being said, I am now done with the Return to Freddy's. If I had to define each video game in the form of a YouTube short, it'd be...
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit. It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
I mean, it's all right. Like,
it's the biggest piece of dog shit.
And I think that's all I have to say. Although I could have a lot more harsh words towards this game, you've got to remember this is someone's first all-around project. And although it's disappointing to see their progress in game creation stagnate a little bit at the end,
Can't be too harsh on it. And even if I had some unfair difficulties, I can't say I didn't have fun at least a little bit with the series. So, now that I have some free time on my hands to play more games, I think I'm going to check out something a little bit more...